The following is going to be a presentation on meditation and visualization and their roles in sport. Some of the objectives of this presentation will be to define what meditation and visualization are, to provide some of the different types of each, to discuss how they are used in sport, to discuss why they are used in sport, to provide specific examples of athletes using both to better performance and or daily life, and to discuss their effectiveness in doing so. So what exactly are meditation and visualization? Well, meditation, according to Gardner and Moore, involves strengthening non-judgmental awareness and acceptance of in-the-moment cognitive, affective, and sensory experiences. In athletics, this consists of athletes becoming more in tune with their inner self, becoming more in tune with their thoughts, emotions, senses, and past experiences. Visualization, according to Pipiara, makes use of human imagination in such a way as to program a person's mind to perform a movement task in the best possible manner. In athletics, this is used a lot to better prepare an athlete for tasks that need to be completed during competition. It involves athletes seeing what needs to be done during the competition beforehand in their mind to better prepare them for it. It makes them feel more ready. It makes them feel more relaxed and confident in their ability during the competition, game, event, whatever it may be. So what are the different types of each? Types of meditation include yoga, mindful meditation, listening to music, and routines. Yoga and listening to music oftentimes are used before a competition, a game, or event to help better relax the athlete before the competition. It helps the athlete get through training regimens, and it helps the athlete focus on one task at a time, getting used to focusing on one task at a time for the upcoming competition. Mindful meditation and routines are more based on in-game situations where the athlete may or may not be struggling. So mindful meditation may include confident self-talk, phrases like "you got this" or "let's go." Athletes will, they'll tell themselves that to get them back in the game from a bad situation. They'll also use routines to help relax them, such as focusing on their breathing or going through the same motions prior to a play or prior to an at-bat to help relax them. Types of visualization include mental and physical. Mental visualization includes athletes seeing themselves doing a play, seeing themselves doing what needs to be done during the game in their mind. Physical visualization includes athletes actually writing down what they need to do during the competition, or actually seeing other athletes doing the jobs that are going to be required of them during the competition. So how are these used in sport? Meditation, according to Baltzell, clears the way for goal setting, self-talk, mental rehearsal, arousal control, and pre-contemplative routines. So basically, this means it puts the athlete in the right mindset to succeed. It clears the way. It removes any doubt. It makes the athlete relax. And it just gets them in the right mindset. Visualization, on the other hand, acts as a bridge between the muscles and the central nervous system. This means that it basically gives the athlete a blueprint of what he or she needs to do during their sport to be successful. Usually an athlete will play this image over and over and over and over again in their mind to create create that bridge and create what we call muscle memory. And that's how they're used. These are used for many different reasons in sport. However, some of the reoccurring subjects as to why meditation and visualization are used in sport, according to these studies, or one, that it helps the athlete focus. It helps them focus on the game. It helps them focus on the job and duties during the game. It helps them just focus on one play, one pitch, one sequence at a time. Two, it helps them. It helps their flow. It helps them. It helps them go. It helps them transition from one play, one at bat, one pitch, whatever it may be, at a time. It makes the transitions throughout the game smoother, and it helps their overall performance. Being relaxed and seeing what needs to be done before it's required of you is going to help your performance in every which way. And a lot of athletes see that throughout their game, and that's why they're used in sport. Okay, so example one, I'll use myself. Back in high school, I played 3 years of baseball, and our coach took both of these extremely seriously. So much that he added both of them to our training regimens and daily routines. So for our meditation, he added yoga to our training regimens. Every Thursday we used to do them, especially closer to the season. And it really helped me relax. It helped me kind of just get my mind off of baseball and just relax. It bettered my performance because I was more relaxed. I felt more confident. I felt ready. And it got me into the right mindset of controlling what I could control and not trying to control what I couldn't. As far as our visualization, he would bring us into the computer lab of Loreville High, and he would have us watch and listen to Brian Cain, a renowned motivation speaker. And he taught us, listening to him, he always would say, visualize and see the game before it happens. Always see the game before it happens. And that stuck with me. It made me a better player. My game got a whole lot better. As far as swinging the bat, fielding, throwing, whatever it may be, it helped my game in every aspect. And it also helped me in life. When I'm struggling with school or workouts now, or anything I may be going through, it definitely helped me, and it helped me bring everything back to center. Both of them helped me bring everything back to center, and help me focus on one thing at a time, and help me see myself succeeding at everything that I may apply myself to. My next example is going to be Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is a world-class UFC fighter. He has won 2 belts in the UFC of different weight classes. He has also fought professionally in the boxing ring against Floyd Money Mayweather and held his own. This guy has been in multiple interviews where the interviewer asks him what he contributes his success to. And a lot of his answers are based around mental visualization, whether that be he had seen himself winning every fight before he even stepped foot in the octagon or ring, or when he wasn't famous, when he wasn't known as a successful fighter, he had seen himself at the top, looking forward, looking ahead. But a lot a lot of his success he contributes to mental visualization. Um, he basically fights every fight before he steps foot in the octagon or ring in his mind. And he's a prime example of what mental visualization can do for an athlete. The next example I'm going to use is Chris Weidman, another UFC fighter. I'm going to use him as an example of physical visualization. Chris Weidman worked his way up the UFC in the middleweight division and eventually landed himself a championship bout against one of the greatest fighters of all time, Anderson the Spider Silva. In his preparation for the fight, he wrote down every single day, I will beat Anderson Silva and I will be the next middleweight champion of the world. He did this every day. He did this prior to sparring. He did this prior to training. Every day before the fight, he wrote down that simple saying. Chris went on to fight him twice, and he won both fights. The first fight he won on a knockout decision, and the second one he won on a technical knockout because Anderson broke his leg on a checked kick. That just shows what physical visualization can do for an athlete. He wrote down every day, I will beat Anderson the Spider Silva, and he did. It helped him relax. It helped him see what needed to be done every single day. And so he's a prime example of physical visualization. The next example I'm going to use is Michael Phelps as an example of meditation. Michael Phelps is a highly successful swimmer. He's won the most gold medals of any Olympic swimmer. And he uses a meditation before every event, before every competition, before every swim. He listens to music. Many athletes do this. Many professional athletes do this. They'll listen to music before their event, before their game, before their competition. Many professional football players, baseball players, hockey players, you name it. They'll listen to music to get themselves into the right mindset before they even step foot on the court, in the rink, dive in the pool, whatever it may be. They listen to music to get themselves in the right mindset, and it works for a lot of athletes. It gets them into the right mindset before competition, and it means a lot to their routine and inevitably their success. The upcoming slides are going to discuss how effective are visualization and meditation, what research articles are saying about them, and do they really increase performance in daily life? In Baltzell's study of meditation, she refers to a prior study done by Butnick in 2009, consisting of karate competitors who had been interviewed about meditation practices as part of karate training. What Butnick found was that karate competitors who really believed that meditation was important to karate had longer fuses and were able to make more logical decisions. Individuals who felt that meditation was unimportant had much shorter fuses when it came to temper and had increased levels of anxiety. So this proves that meditation is multidimensional. Just because an athlete does meditation doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to increase performance, that it's going to make them more relaxed during competition. They really have to believe in it. They have to believe that it's going to relax them. They have to see what the overall goal of the meditation is, in order to reap the possible benefits of it. Baltzell also referred to a study done in 2011 by Ahern, Moran, and Lonsdale that considered the effectiveness of meditation with collegiate athletes. The experimental group reported significantly greater flow states after mindfulness training compared with control participants. So this means that participants that underwent meditation had greater flow, greater movement to movement within their sport, had more fluidity in game situations after meditation. PyPR has studied the effects of visualization, and particularly mental visualization, by putting karate fighters through mental visualization exercises. The findings of this study were that karate fighters that participated in visualization exercises showed significant increases in goal implementation and positive thinking after just 1 month. So it didn't take the karate fighters that long after visualization exercises to better their performance and start thinking about different goals and start thinking more positive. Karate fighters that participated in mental visualizations exercises had further increases in positive thinking and other aspects such as focus, mental resilience, and emotion control. These would all aid in competition. And all of these studies show that both of these aspects can be applied to amateur and beginning athletes as well, not just the very elite. My example of my personal experience would fall in line with this too. I am by no means an elite athlete, so it can trickle down to the non-professional athletes, the non-elite athletes as well. Wrapping things up, meditation and visualization can both play very important roles in sport. Both of them are useful aids to better mentally prepare athletes for competition. Both of them, however, are multidimensional and are dependent on individual beliefs and can differ between person to person, not just athlete to athlete. All in all, though, most athletes use these as preparation and bounce-back mechanisms for competition, whether that be to mentally prepare themselves for a game or to have a bounce-back mechanism for potential stress that can come with a struggling athlete during a game.